What is going on, fam? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a massively special pair of football boots for you guys today. These are the Black Panther Wakanda Forever X Speedportal Plus. They don't come in a box. Yes, I know a lot of the advertisements for these were with this crazy box and stuff. I don't happen to have a box, and that is okay because this boot is made possible by MD Boots. So let's talk about MD Boots for half a second before getting into the review. So MD Boots, thank you so much, Marco, for getting these to me. On the back, little note here, Noah, enjoy the boots, bro. One of the only people in the world to own a pair. Thanks again, Marco. And at MD Boots on Instagram, and then www.mdboots.com. So we'll throw that right up there for you guys, and then let's get this bad boy down there, and we will take a look at these absolutely stunning Black Panther Wakanda Forever X Speedportal Pluses. Now, I know that this generation doesn't exist anymore, especially because it has the Carbitex insert on it, but I have been looking for these since they dropped on October 7th of 2022. That's more than a year ago as of the filming of this video. And the lore says that these boots dropped on the Adidas app in certain areas of the world for literally like an hour, and then I think Adidas took them down. I'm not sure why. I would love to have a conversation with one of the Adidas higher-ups about why they didn't decide to drop this, because I think this boot would have crushed. I think it is absolutely stunning, and this boot is so elusive, and it took me so long to find somebody who actually got a pair, because you have to watch the market and stuff when you are looking for a very particular pair of football boots. But I managed to find them. MD Boots got them out to me super quick, and I'm able to provide this review for you guys. So definitely subscribe for more stuff like this. Now, other than the colorway, this is exactly the same as any other Speedportal Plus. So a quick rundown of features. I know it doesn't really matter now because, of course, this boot doesn't exist anymore in this current form, but you get a fully prime knit upper with the synthetic coating for weather resistance and some structure there. You've got the exposed prime knit in the lacing system area, which obviously doesn't have laces. This is the Plus model of this generation, so it doesn't have laces. You've got the engineered agility cage, which is basically different types of structure of knit, so that in certain places it allows you to get a little bit more flex and stretch of the upper, and then in other places it provides a little more structure, especially in these lateral areas, to give you some more lockdown, as this doesn't have laces. So that's a nice touch as well on the inside. We'll take a look at the inside in just a little bit with the probe lens. Then you've got the Speedframe 2.0 outsole, which sort of comes from that Speedframe, the first edition Speedframe that was on the Speedflow Plus and the Speedflow 0.1. I think they've done a definitely minor upgrades, but really good upgrades. I think this Speedframe outsole is definitely better than anything else that's been on the market, even from the newest generation of Crazy Fast series. The reason for that is because this does include the Carbitex insert that runs from about the front of the heel area all the way up through the toes, and it provides an unbelievable amount of snapback. Most people won't notice the difference really between the Carbitex and the non-Carbitex version of the Speedportal, and of course now the Crazy Fast that has the non-carbon insert in it, but I definitely notice slight differences in the way that this responds and the way that it keeps its flex and rigidity over time. That's one thing that's super impressive about this football boot that I think goes sort of under the radar in a lot of ways. But this sole plate is on the 99-gram leather boots, which, as you guys know, I absolutely adore. They are super, super comfortable, and they were my game boot at the beginning of the year, which was super awesome. So that was a super fun boot to play in as well. But other than that, that's really it. You've got the stability wings that are part of that speed frame, and then you've got the silicone heel printing on the inside with this sort of textured material. I can't really show it because it's all black, so it's going to be really, really hard, but the little textured material is purple. We'll get the probe lens to show you guys that in just a second. But overall, again, for me, this is all about the colorway. Now, one of the things that's really cool that they've done with the outsole is they have done a special edition outsole. Now, this says right there, you've got the Adidas logo, Marvel Studios, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and then right here, you've got a little Marvel logo there with the Wakanda Forever patterns on the the kind of the base of this suede insert that mimic the same patterns on the upper of this X Speedportal Plus, which are absolutely stunning. I think the pattern looks amazing. I think the boot looks amazing. And the fact that they did it, instead of doing an all purple boot, they did this really interesting kind of chameleon effect where depending on the way it hits the light, and I'm not sure if the camera will actually pick it up, but depending on what angle it is in the light, it either looks purple or blue. And then of course you've got the purple, the solid purple 3 stripes with the gold accent kind of flecks all around the 3 stripes and here on the lateral side. And then the same effect goes for the sole plate. So that sole plate kind of has that shiny purpley blue chromatic chameleon effect, which is super, super cool. So again, a stunning pair of football boots. I wish these had been a more popular release, or at least had been released properly to the public. That is one thing that I am bummed about. But that being said, these are absolutely amazing looking, and I'm so excited to see what these look like on feet and get some playtime in them. So without further ado, let's get into the inside of the football boot, and then we'll jump straight into the on-feet portion of the video. Let's hop into it. All right, fam, straight away with some of the details of this beautiful Black Panther football boot. Goodness gracious, how awesome do those look? So here we go. There's that detailing. So as I said before, you do get the purple detailing instead of a black silicone. So that's that grip texturing on the back. It doesn't do a ton, I would say, as far as grip goes, especially because of how plush these are. It does give you quite a nice wrap around your Achilles, but then after that, it doesn't really do much. But as we move inside the boot, you can see, oh my goodness, look how it like dazzles. How incredible is that? And then if I turn the boot around, there you go. So you get the Black Panther Marvel Studios, and then now you can really see that pattern come to life on the inside. And look at how awesome those look. And we follow the pattern all the way up to the forefoot. And it's pretty boring, to be honest, because it's all black in there. And then you've got the texturing pattern of the weave. You can see the different kind of types, especially on this right side over here. You can see the differences in the density of the weave in certain areas. If you really pay attention, you can see where that internal cage is and where it's meant to be. But I would say that if we turn the boot around, this right here, this heel area, that shot right there is so cool. That's the money maker. Just absolutely dazzling with the purple and the black. And then there's your, oops, if I can get this to focus, there you go. There's your sizing, 9 US, 9 UK, sample. Very, very cool. All right, fam, Wakanda forever. Let's move into the on-feet portion of the video. All right, fam, out here at the pitch with the absolutely beautiful Marvel Wakanda Forever collab. I am so excited by these, and I really am just thrilled to have this in my collection. I don't know what about this particular, first of all, I love the Black Panther movies. Let me know down in the comment section below if you guys enjoyed those Black Panther movies. And second, just the laceless construction with the Carbitex is pretty sweet. Even if it doesn't, it's not like a game boot or anything for me, I still think it's freaking awesome. So let's jump into the on-feet portion. There's what the boots look like. Look at the way that these shine. Oh my gosh. And then the carbon in the sunlight. It's pretty early in the morning right now, so that is something to keep in mind. The lighting just bounces off these boots so perfectly, in my opinion. Absolutely amazing. So let's get these on feet, and we'll go from there. I am wearing a pair of Nike grip socks, which in my opinion are, they're the thinnest grip socks that I can find on the market that don't really have grip. They're just like a super thin sock. They last fairly long, I guess. I don't know. If I can find a link, I'll put them in the description. If not, then sorry about that. Okay, here we go. Getting these on, and boom, slide right in, and they feel exactly like other Speedportals I've had in the past, so no complaints there. They are a little bit tight here on the side, but that's to be expected for the first little bit. Speedportals tend to be like that for the first, I guess, session or two, but goodness gracious, these look insane. I gotta admit, these are like some of the best. I think this is the best Speedportal colorway that's ever released, other than maybe the other unreleased colorway that, if you guys have seen that video, that'll be up on my channel soon. I won't give it away what color it is, but yeah, so there you go. So you've got 2 unreleased X Speedportals. Again, thank you to MD Boots for supplying both of those. So absolutely beautiful texturing here on the upper. There's a little bit of those kind of raised bumps here on the side for a little bit of extra texture. You do get that on the inside of the boot as well, kind of on the passing area. But overall, the knit really does wrap your foot really nicely in the Speedportal. I think this generation does a nice job of feeling very connected, very barefoot, and then it does, after a wear or two, does wrap your foot super custom. It's very custom fit, which is super nice. So there's a full look at the boots. I think with the with the darker boots, the white accented sock, and then a black kit, I think these look absolutely stunning. I imagine these would look pretty much amazing with any kit. I think with an all white or an all black kit, they'd look absolutely incredible. So Black Panther boots for the win. The Carbotex insert is substantial in how bouncy it feels on pitch, even on an AG pitch like this. You guys know with the 99 gram leather boot, I've worn those on this field for training and games and all that stuff already. And the sole plate is the same, and that's why I wear it, is because it provides a little bit of extra support on pitches like this that are a little bit older and a little bit more kind of harsh on your joints. This does give you that extra little bit of responsiveness and bit of support as your feet are trying to dig into an old hard ground. So there's the boots again, just absolutely fantastic. I'll try to wiggle my toes. There you go. So it is a little bit stiff. That is via design, because you do need to have quite a bit of stiffness in the upper in order for it not to be a complete wash from a lockdown perspective. Yes, they're laceless. No, they're not going to have that great of lockdown, but I do think that overall, these do a decent job at making sure your feet stay inside the boot. And I would say for straight line speed, no problems at all. For cutting, after a while, the heel, I do get a little bit of rotational slippage inside the boot, but overall, if you wear like pretty aggressive grip socks, I'd say anything from WeFoot, anything from True Socks, both of those companies do a really good job of making sure your foot stays locked into the boot over all over every little crevice of your foot. So for me, I'd probably wear those. I can wear Nike grip socks like this for a training session and be totally fine, especially earlier on before the boots have like stretched a little bit. But that's kind of the way I would go about it. Touch on the ball for the X Speedportal. Yep, exactly the same, very barefoot. So to give Adidas credit, they definitely made a boot that feels super barefoot, super speed-like. And I do think, poor touch there. I do think that this pair of football boots is gonna be an awesome option. I know it's discontinued, but I would say that the new generation Crazy Fast is the same thing applies to the new Crazy Fast, and that is the uppers that Adidas has been able to create, are a little bit stiffer than Speedflow series, and so that's a bummer, but I think they do provide a little bit of a performance bump because of the way that they lock your foot in a little bit, and you can't really argue with a slightly stiffer upper that gives you a fairly significant amount of lockdown, more than something like a Speedflow Plus. I do think these lock your foot in a little bit better, and that's due to the stiffness of the upper and the way that heel area really kind of hugs. Like over, you can obviously see it's a bit, it's definitely a bit clunky in the back, but I don't really mind that. I don't think it adds too much bulk to that heel area. At least it doesn't look that bad in my opinion. And so from the standpoint of lockdown and stuff, these are gonna be fine for a laceless boot. They're definitely not gonna be like Tequila level, because that, in my opinion, is the best laceless boot on the market, bar none. Like there's nothing even close to that from like a lockdown and performance perspective. But obviously the responsiveness of this sole plate is really kind of the star of the show, and that's why the laceless boot does show off the sole plate of this so well, because it kind of locks you into that sensation without having any laces, so it's a very seamless feel, and pinging the ball, passing the ball, and all that stuff is absolutely fantastic in these. So really no complaints, but at the end of the day, the reason I own these is because they are a Black Panther collab, because they are a Marvel collab. I'm a huge superhero movie fan. Black Panther's one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Marvel movie. And so for me, the Wakanda Forever X Speedportal Pluses are a huge win. Again, thank you to MD Boots. You can find his information down in the description box below, and go check his stuff out. He's got a website and an Instagram, so whatever you feel like floats your boat as far as purchasing boots from him there. So I will leave a 1-month review link right there for the 1-month review of the Speedportal, the original chameleon green one, or that like mantis green one, so you guys can check out what they're like after several hours, days, and weeks of playtime, to give you a better idea of how these break in, and that will basically apply to the new Crazy Fast as well, particularly because I haven't been able to do a Crazy Fast Plus review, or a 0.1 laceless review for the 1 month. So enjoy that one. Hit that like button if you found value in this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As always, be awesome. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next video.